Hey guys, so this is my glue rack. I keep this on the van fully stocked, so I know I'm good on every single job. I'm going to take you through this. I'm going to show you all the different solvents and glues, the sealants and everything. I'm going to break them down, show you why I use them for which applications. The video is a little bit on the longer side, but there's a lot of dense content in here, a lot of good information, and I'm going to leave some links down in the description in case you guys are interested in checking out any of these products. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so this is my arsenal of products that I keep on that glue rack every day. I brought it into the shop here so I could break it down for you and show you what each and every one of these does and why I use them. I've got it broken down into 4 sections. I've got the caulks and sealants, the adhesives, which is probably my most important area, the solvents, and then the miscellaneous items that I always have to have with me, from applicator pads and brushes to special primers and fillers. So feel free to use the chapters down below. I'm going to break them down by product so you guys can really see what each and every one of these does. So let's get at it. So first we have the caulks and the sealants. So these are the products that you're going to use, whether it's on interior trim or whether it might be in a bathroom, it might be interior, it might be exterior. You want to make sure you're sealing along the edges. Sometimes they're paintable, sometimes they're not, sometimes you need waterproof, sometimes you don't. So what I have here to start off are my 2 favorite silicones. So these products are both pretty much the same. One of them is clear, one of them is white. They're both the Silicone 2 by GE. I like this product. It's a great all-purpose silicone. It's not paintable. It sticks to most materials, even some plastics. I like it. It'll stick to wood. It'll stick to metal, glass, vinyl, like vinyl siding, concrete, some roofing and siding. I mostly use this product for things that require waterproofing, often on the outside of a house, like a window installation or a door installation, behind the window flange, or often underneath the door install of a new door, say a new exterior entry door. This is how I'm going to seal it up. This product, same thing, except I'm going to use this one mostly in kitchens and bathrooms because I like the white color. It's got a nice sheen to it, and it just does a really good job. It's also not paintable, but it is 100% waterproof and holds up really well. All right, so the next product I have here is the Extreme Stretch by DAP. This is my go-to caulk. I've used all different types of products. I used to use the Alex Flex. I like the Alex Flex a lot. I know a lot of guys use Alex Plus. I don't care for that one. This one to me is the best. It really stretches far. They say it seals joints up to 3 inches. I would never go that far, but at least you can guarantee that this thing is going to stretch over time, especially in humidity areas. I use these in bathrooms. I pretty much use this all over the house for interior trim work. Phenomenal product. Wait and make sure that it fully dries before you try and paint it. Then the last sealant I have is the Karnak 19 Ultra. This product is great for roofing applications. I don't do a whole lot of roofing, but sometimes I'll have to do roof penetrations like a bath fan. This is the product for that. The roof can even be wet when you're using this product, which is amazing. Then once it dries, it still remains flexible, which is why I like it so much. It won't dry out as much as, let's say, the red one, the red Karnak, or some of the other products. I like this one. It really remains rubberized. So adhesives are not a one-size-fits-all. Each and every one of these is used for very specific applications, and it's important to understand the differences so that you know when to use the right product. So the first glue I'm going to show you is my all-purpose wood glue. It's the Titebond 3. I love this product in the shop. I also use it on site. I don't carry around these big gallons with me, obviously. I keep it in these little glue bots, which are great because you squeeze them and you can get it on vertical surfaces really, really easily. Stores nicely. The tips of these things kind of get a little gunked up and gross, so you have to replace them. But every so often, I just buy a new one. They're not that expensive. But I love this product because it's interior, exterior. You got much longer open time than most wood glues. This is a PVA glue, polyvinyl acetate. So what this does is this is water-based, so it's easy to clean up, but this product will give you a long open time, which is much longer than most water-based glues. What that does is it allows me to get stuff into position before I fully have to clamp it down and leave it to seal. And this thing is incredibly durable too. It becomes stronger than the wood itself. The one interesting use that I have for this product is I use it for the bottom of door slabs. So if nobody painted the bottom of a door slab, I like to take this, put a little on my fingers, and you can wipe it on the bottom of a door. What that does is it helps to seal, because it's a waterproof product, it'll help to seal up those end wood fibers and minimize the moisture migration into the door, which often happens and adds to the issues with warping and twisting of doors. Next up, we have the 3M HS90 or high strength 90 contact adhesive. I use this really for one main reason, and that's to make cardboard templates. So often I will be working on site, say I'm installing a microwave in a kitchen. I'm doing a kitchen, I'm installing a microwave that comes with a template. That template is a pretty large piece of paper, but it's very flimsy, and sometimes I want to hold it onto a vertical surface or onto a horizontal overhead surface like a cabinet. What I do is I use this product, I'll spray the back of the paper, I'll spray the cardboard, stick them together, and now I have an instant large template. This is so I can cover a large area with this. The other thing I use this for is sandpaper blocks. I will take a solid block of wood, spray it, and then stick a piece of sandpaper onto it. And now I have a sanding block. Works incredibly well. Next, I have the Quick and Thick from Titebond. This is a great product because it doesn't drip. It's a lot thicker than the Titebond 3 I just showed you. This product, although it's not as strong as the Titebond 3, it's still plenty strong enough. I use this for all my interior trim, and it does a really nice job. I don't have to worry about it running down the trim after I glue something up. Here's the PL Premium by Loctite. This is great because it's a polyurethane-based product, so you don't have to worry as much about moisture. So I'll use this for interior applications, for exterior applications. I'll use this even for pressure-treated wood. It is, because it's polyurethane based and it's not water based, you do need to use mineral spirits to clean it up. Trust me, keep mineral spirits around to make sure that you get this off of your fingers and off of other materials. It'll stick to concrete and tile and wood and metal. It comes in small tubes also. Sometimes I'll use those if I have sort of some tight spaces I have to get into. But this works really well for a lot of hard to bond materials. It's sort of our go-to in pretty much any construction application. So next I have the PUR WW60 by Infinity. This is a wood glue. It's just for wood-to-wood surfaces. It is strong and it is instant. Within, say, 10 seconds of tight pressure, depending upon the humidity and moisture conditions, you get a really strong bond. Within minutes or within hours, I would say, you're able to install some trim. So I will pre-assemble all kinds of trim, from door casings to wainscoting to crown molding even. I will pre-assemble them on a workbench, and then I will go within hours and I can install it on the wall. There's no other product I know that can do that. Even a CA glue, which sets up just as fast or faster than this, is just not strong enough and can't hold up over time. This product is as strong as a standard wood glue. Only problem is a bit of a learning curve. It sets up very fast, it's very thick, so you kind of have to practice with it a lot. But if you can figure out how to get this thing to work, to me, this is the best wood glue on the market. It also requires a special electric applicator gun, so that's more expensive, and you have this cord. So it takes some time to get used to, but phenomenal, phenomenal product. So here I have my CA glues. This one is 2P10. I also use one from Starbond. I like the Starbond bottles better, but these work well. I use these for instant glue applications. Instead of using just a standard super glue, I like this one. It has an applicator, so you put this product on, and then you spray the other surface with the applicator, put them together, and it instantly bonds. Works really, really well. They come in 4 different viscosities. The thin is great for little cracks. The medium is great for standard trim, say little pieces of trim, returns on base molding, returns on crown molding. I'm going to use the medium. Thick is really for sort of rougher surfaces, and then the gel is for some really thick special applications that sometimes I will need that gel. So the last adhesives I have here are my epoxies. They're probably my favorite. I use probably at least a half a dozen different types of epoxies, but these are the ones I always keep with me on site. These ones here are called the G-Flex, and this is the G-Flex thickened. They're pretty much the same product. This is just a thicker version. The beauty of this is that it's for different types of materials. You can apply it to metal, to wood, to plastic, all different types of things, and it's somewhat flexible, which epoxy usually is not flexible. So these two allow allow you to have a little bit of expansion and contraction, especially if it's dissimilar materials or really hard to bond woods. But the big thing also is plastics. Most products don't bond to plastic. This one I can bond to a lot of different types of plastic, and it works really, really well. This is going to be my go-to for any type of really, really important bonding application. It could be anything from a vinyl floor to a piece of trim to a piece of metal for something, or a screw if I need to set a threaded insert into a piece of wood before I put the screw in. These things are the most reliable, strongest bond product that I have. Then I also have just a little instant one, which is not nearly as strong, but great for those really quick applications when I got to do a tiny little repair or something. So these two products are the Power Grab by Loctite. This is the water-based, this is the solvent-based. I like the Power Grab water-based the most. I use this all the time for trim work. It attaches trim to the walls without the use of nails. In certain situations you will still need some nails, but it significantly reduces how many you need. I put it on kind of heavy, squeeze it onto the wall, and it bonds and holds really tight because it's very viscous and tacky. Once it sets up, it's super strong. This one, I mainly use this one in situations where I need to use PVC trim. So outside, if I'm mounting a piece of PVC trim to wood, or in, say, a bathroom, when sometimes I'll use PVC-based molding or casing around a window in a bathroom, and I need to stick it to drywall. This one will stick to PVC, this one will not. But again, this one's water-based, this one will require solvents to clean it up. So I generally will lean towards this one unless I'm having to use PVC. So let's talk solvents. So you need solvents in order to thin a lot of these products that I've been talking about. This one here is my 50-50 mix of denatured alcohol and water. I like to use this to clean a lot of surfaces before I prep them for something like silicone. So I'll clean off around the edge of a bathtub with this. Just make sure that you test it in an area so that you know it's not going to damage the finish before you use it. Because then the other thing is you could use a straight denatured alcohol, which is this one. That straight denatured alcohol will work incredibly well, but it's just a little bit more aggressive. So that's why I sometimes thin it down to the 50-50. Also works as a great deglosser before you are going to paint the surface that's got some varnish on it. This will be a great deglosser. Then you have mineral spirits. Mineral spirits is great to thin oil-based finishes, polyurethanes, a polyurethane-based adhesive like PL, or it'll also finish it'll also thin your spray foams, which is a big one. You always want to make sure if you're working with spray foam or PL that you want to have mineral spirits around for cleanup. Then you have naphtha. Naphtha works similarly to mineral spirits, where it will thin similar products, but naphtha will flash off a lot faster. So if I'm cleaning something, so I'll use this often, say, to clean metal surfaces before I use them to paint them or to bond something to them. Naphtha is great for that, and then it dries up really fast, much faster than mineral spirits, so that I can get to working on the product a lot faster. Then the last one is acetone. You'll see acetone's in a different bottle because this is HDPE, high density polyethylene. This product, acetone's great for thinning epoxies. The only problem is it's a little bit more toxic and it'll damage a lot more finishes, say, than denatured alcohol will. So I'll usually use denatured alcohol to thin my epoxies, but if that doesn't work, then I'm going to go to the acetone, and I'm going to use acetone to thin the epoxy. So here are my two primers that I always like to keep with me. This is my all-purpose interior exterior works on anything primer. It's not very expensive. It's just for if I need to prime a end grain of a piece of wood or some primer rubbed off or something. This is sort of just a nice, quick, simple product. This one is a more expensive version of this. This one is shellac based. This one requires some denatured alcohol if you have to clean it up. But this one works really well to seal knots in wood, or if you have staining from water damage or smoke or something like that. This just seals things really, really well before you need to paint them. So this, I always have to have this with me because I know it's my most reliable primer. These are two of the fillers that I keep with me. This is the Bondo High Bond filler, and this is the DryDex spackling and nail hole filler. This one just for nail holes. I only use this for nail holes, but I like it because it's lightweight, it goes on really easily, dries really fast, paints really well, but it's not super durable. If you need durability or any sort of large fill, that's going to be this one. I like this Bondo better than the other standard Bondos, because this one sands a lot easier. Usually automotive Bondo is very difficult to sand. This one sands a lot easier. I mean, it's still harder than a standard wood filler, but that's what you want with a Bondo. You want a really hard, durable fill, and then just make sure you put finish on it. Don't leave it raw, because I've done that. I've left it outside, and then it will ruin the piece that the wood is, that this is bonded to. So you want to make sure to seal it if you're going to use it in an exterior application. Here's a couple other products that I keep with me. WD-40, you always need that. This is great for door hinges and locks. Sometimes you need to loosen up a tool that's stuck. This is a great product for that. And then Glue Gun I always have, because stickers. Sometimes even on new installations of windows and things, the stickers just won't come off and they look, you know, it doesn't look good. You need this Glue Gun to help loosen it up and take it off. This is my window and door spray foam. I always like to keep this one around because you can use it in any application, from a window and door to thicker cracks that you have to use. This one's just more expensive because this one's minimally expanding and it works for windows and doors, but it also works for anything else pretty much on an interior application. Won't work for exterior. But the other products you can't use for windows and doors, so that's why I always keep this one around. So here are all my applicator products. I have the Scotchbrite pads from 3M, the white, the gray, and the maroon. The white does not have any abrasives in it, so I just use this for if I just need some aggressive cleaning, but I don't want to scratch anything, then I'm going to use the white. If I need more aggressive cleaning, like I have to strip something off, then I'm going to use the gray or the maroon. They're much more aggressive, but they have abrasives in them. That's why I keep them in these bags, so that the abrasives don't get into the get onto anything else. Then I have mixing sticks. I buy these by the 1,000. I use these to mix pretty much everything. Some mixing cups, some syringes. I use a few different types of syringes, small and large for epoxy mostly. Always have nitrile gloves with me, tons of nitrile gloves. Mixing plates. I use these especially for mixing epoxy because it keeps the temperature down. When you mix epoxy in a cup, it can raise the temperature. Mixing it on a plate will keep that temperature down. Then I have, obviously, paper towels, and I always keep a couple of caulk guns. The other thing I always keep around are brushes, all different types of brushes I have. These are my new replacement for chip brushes. These are Pan Club. They're sold on Amazon. Love these because the bristles don't fall off nearly as easily as a standard chip brush does. Hold up really, really well. They come in all different sizes, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Foam brushes, and then these little artist brushes, which are great for tight glue applications or little tiny, tiny touch-up paint. These little artist brushes are great and cheap. Hey guys, so I appreciate you sticking to the end, checking out some of the products that I use every single day. I'm sure you guys have tons of other products that you use that you prefer. By all means, let me know down in the comments if there's something I missed, there's something I gotta check out, if I should look at it, some of the other people watching this should check it out. If you like this video, you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And hopefully I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.